Hey guys, Clumzzy here. In today's video, I'll show you my best spot for arena. The reason the spot is the best is because it's rarely contested, and when it is contested, it's usually about 2 to 3 people max that go there. The most I've seen was like 5 people once, but when that happened, I just left and went somewhere else. There is great loot, 3 houses, many things you can farm around, and you will get full shield almost every time. There are coolers and mushrooms around the area, so that's guaranteed. So before we dive into the games, I just want to explain to you why this spot is so good and how you can win every time. So like I said, there are 3 main houses. However, if it's contested by more than 3 players, then I usually go to this house up top, or I will land down here and then take the zip line right after I loot around, so I can look to third party. This is rarely the case because the spot is not really contested and it's usually only one other player that lands here with you. There are 14 of these vegetable boxes just around the main houses and 1 cooler in the backyard of each house. The mushrooms can be found right over here between the yellow and the blue house. And there's also a chance of gold safe to spawn in each of these houses, meaning you could get so much gold coming out of this location. And in this chapter, gold is actually really valuable because of the augments, the perk system, and having this gold can allow you to reroll multiple times. So for the first game, I landed in this yellow house, and that's my go-to house. Keep in mind that with this strategy, we will be getting most of our kills towards the mid to end game. This is going to make sure you survive the early game more consistently. So now I'm moving into Slappy Shores. Where I go depends on the zone placement. As you can see, I'm going in with full shield and this loadout, enough mats and my second perk. I engage and look to third party fights for easy kills. The first player runs, but I know that the other player is still here, and I know that I have the advantage because he's been fighting this player for I don't know how long now. I keep pressuring until I find an opening. Let me be honest, this edit was unoptimal, but it worked out because I was full health and he was weak. Also, always try to get Danger Hero as a perk if you can. This is why having gold is so crucial. It's now mid-game, I see this player and I get the initial beam. Having the health advantage, I push his box, but I try to keep a safe right-hand peek position. He runs away, gets shot by someone else, and I'm able to finish him off really easily. However, now I'm fighting the third party. I'm able to get some tags with the SMG, and I decide to go for high ground right after. Over here, I see an easy opportunity. He's climbing on the wall, which means I can shoot faster and build faster than him. This allows me to get a huge hit on my opponent. Over here, I should have ended the fight, but I choked and he continued running. I continued the chase, but this lasts for so long. This is actually the most frustrating fight I've ever had because of the hammers.
What the fudge is going on? Yeah, I got shit on, kid! He's hammering away. Oh my gosh, he's so weak, man.
Finally, we meet once again. However, some third party decided to cycle into my box and got absolutely rolled. When someone is entering your box without thinking, just focus on your aim because he's literally entering your box. You have control over the builds unless he pieces you up, but don't panic. Right here, we traded shots, but it wasn't good. I was overexposing myself, which allowed him to get a huge hit on me. Thankfully, I have Danger Hero. He hammers up and I try to get an angle, but when I don't see him for a moment, I place a floor above me to protect myself. I was trying so hard to pop up my heals here, but it came down to one thing, my movement and aim. And I can't express how important your aim is in this game. Right here, I realize it's his wall, and the most common edit is the right corner triangle edit. So what do? I move quickly to the left, and this strafe, the strafe that I did, is what made him miss his shot and allowed me to absolutely roll this annoying piece of...
Yes!
It's now endgame, and as I'm fighting this player, I am playing a really good position. Pay attention to the way I push people. It's a very important skill that you need to learn if you want to win more games and fights in general. Unfortunately, some kid took a dive in the freezing water and came out of nowhere.
What the fudge?
Anyways, I used my hammer to get away and farm more mats. Eventually, I found myself in a fight with that player who came from the water. Usually, I would say to never push a wall like this, but if you watched my recent fighting guide, you would know that this player doesn't have a cone in his box, which means I can slide a ramp right in his face. The second I do this, I try to pre-box the left side, but he doesn't edit. Look at my movement. You see how I'm not just holding my pickaxe out? I'm being very careful here. I can feel the edit coming. It's like a sense, and you will develop this when you fight a lot. So I go and I pressure his wall from the right. Now he doesn't reset the window, so I go for the peek here, and honestly, I didn't know he would hit me. I thought I was a little faster, but that's how I finished that fish. Now, if you're not good in endgames, you need to focus on some things. You need to master tunneling and box fighting because in a zone like this, you don't want to be having a huge build fight. Someone will just shoot you down or third party you. It's very dumb and you'll use a lot of materials. Thirdly, you need to stay ahead of zone and use your SMG a lot because it's broken. Also, don't be afraid to take a fight because in arena, it's not like tournaments. It's not a stacked lobby. I see a free kill here because he's not building to protect himself. And I just enter his box and I finish him off. At the end, I use the hammer to launch me upwards, which is a really good trick that always catches the player off guard. And that's game 1.
GG!
Second game, I'm not contested again and I come out with shield once again. Decent loot and this time a hammer. Now I got the treasure hunt thingy, so I decided to go there instead of moving into Slappy Shores. From there, I would just take fight around the area that it led me to. Now look at this, I am ready for endgame again. I'm ready to win. Purple shoddy, blue pistol, gold scar, hammer and extra shields. The amazing thing about this strategy is that by the time you start fighting, you have gotten at least top 30 or top 25, so you're never losing insane amount of points if you do end up losing your fights. Also, you're coming into third-party players with all this loot. You have a huge advantage. This player had just finished fighting and I tag him white as he is hammering away, so I push him. Now what the hell is this third-party kid doing?
What the fuck, bro? Who is this guy?
I am in the zone fighting and this time a monkey from the woods appeared out of nowhere.
Oh my... Buddy, I'm not gonna let you escape.
Typical fight in chapter 4, running away with the hammer. Now we are endgame once again and I get most of my kills here. This player, I couldn't get the initial surprise on him, but I crack his shield as he's running away of course because in this chapter everyone loves to run away. After 10 years of chasing, another third party, this time he comes up crouching from the mountain. It's endgame, and now I'm focusing on my positioning and conserving my materials, until I can get a refresh. I get gifted with a free kill, caught him healing, and we can learn something from this. Never heal like that player in the endgame. Always fully box up when the zone is this small. My focus is now placed on always staying ahead, and when the opportunity rises, I will go for high ground. I box up diagonal to this player's box, and this is exactly how you should always do it. I'm covering all my angles and I take a very safe peek. When someone is using the hammer to go up, instantly look above you, get a hit and place a floor. Then I'm able to finish the game by tracking my opponent and doing a simple edit. That's how easy it is to win arena games. You just have to land an uncontested drop and play smart, play good positioning, and always try to start each fight with a health advantage or a position advantage. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and use my code Clumzzy in the item shop. It's the #1 best way to support me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.